Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to JTV Extra Live Stream. I'm Sandra Younger, inventor of a cord knotting and design tool called the Knotty-Do-It-All. And everything on this show is cord knotting with any kind of stringing material, one way or another. And today's lesson, we have the art of the reef knot, which is just a fancy way to say a square knot. It's another take on the square knot. It's a really cool lesson. It is I love it. It's brand new. I've never taught it. I mean, I've done it, but I've never taught it. So this is going to be a really cool and interesting lesson for you, and I hope you learn a lot. You can ask questions, leave comments down below. You could shop the show, and if you see anything you like, make sure to check out, because a lot of the items that I use on the shows, I use on shows that are in the future. And unfortunately, some of the things are sold out. But if you have like buttons or findings or anything like that, then you'll have them so that you can use them in the projects. Like, for example, I'm using these little spacer beads and some large hole buttons. I mean, they're not on the show, but they've been on past shows. So it's just little things like that I just keep in my stash. And so that way, if I use them in the future, you can use them along with me. I'm going to show you today's products, and then we'll get to our customer show, and then we'll get to this very exciting lesson, and you'll be surprised. It is extremely easy. I think it's like really, really easy. Anyway, here are the products on today's show. All right. I'm looking at this picture and I swear something's missing. Let me take a look at my cheat sheet. Okay, yeah, there is one thing missing, but it's so cool that I'll show it in just a second. Let's see, the first item we have for you today are these red and black mixed ornamental stone bead strands with large hole. It says set of 2, guys, but they're actually 3 because I checked the bag, and there are 3 strands all together. And these are nice. They're real fall-y colors, and plus, when you've got to have like a large hole bead stash, because I have one, and I'll show it to you right here, because you always need large hole beads. Let's say you're working on a leather bracelet and you need some beads for the end. Just come and grab them from your stash, because you've got to have them. I mean, that's just, I don't know. So these are like perfect for like the ends of leather necklaces. And plus they're, I love them because they're large hole, and plus you know what I'm thinking? Like a Shambhala style bracelet with red cord. That would look really, really cool. And let's see next. Oh, these things. Okay. This is moss agate 2 by 4 millimeter tube shaped bead. When I saw these, I'm like, they are acting like quiet and shy. And I thought, you know what? So, I examined them. They're a little bit translucent. They've got some green, small holes. So boom, this is what I did with them. Check it out. So I opted to use a lighter colored cord in the middle, just to keep the kind of like the luminosity. And I used a darker cord for the contrast, and I macrame'd this. Isn't that just the cutest bracelet? And since it's got like the green in there, like the moss agate greeny, I put like a little clover button. And these are tiny. I mean, this button is like microscopic. I can't even believe I found it in my button stash. It's probably been there for years. It was so tiny I couldn't even see it. But look at that. It's so cute. It's like a double wrap. Absolutely adorable. So that is one really cool thing. I mean, if you have a bead and it just, just it doesn't look like it has life, this is how you give it life, because this is like a really, really cool bracelet. It's so cute. And let's see, what do we have here? Ooh, okay. This next product, it's Dragon Blood Jasper. Ooh, that sounds, I don't know, Dragon Blood. The tubes are 2 by 4 millimeter. Which are the same size as the ones that I just showed you. And technically, you can make a macrame bracelet with these beads. Let's see, what color cord would I use? Not black. Probably green would look cool. I mean, you could use the black for the inside, since these are not translucent. So you don't have to worry about that. I don't know, maybe like a crew. I think that's what I would use. And the other set is like a saucer. And the saucers are 6 by 3 millimeter. And this one is a set of 2. And let's see, next we have, ooh, these are the beads I'm using today. And if it were not for the fact that they had large holes, I would not have been able to do today's project, because today's project requires large hole beads. And the nice thing about these, they're big, they're bold, they've got large holes, and just think about it, the bigger the bead, the less work. That means the faster you can get your project done. In this sodalite agate sandstone. And see how big the holes are? I mean, and you can kind of sort of see them there. And I think I've exhausted my other 2 strands, so I might have to use the sodalite for today's project. And so the next product we have, oh my goodness, boom, boom, boom. This is the Knotty-Do-It-All, in case you don't know. And everything I do on this show is with stringy material, one way or the other. I mean, if I do any kind of wire wrapping, I incorporate like stringy material or something. Or, you know, there's a bunch of things. I mean, I do a lot of silversmithing, and like I made this pendant, and you know, I thought, okay, it's got a real like earthy look. So I put it on leather, because that's just my thing. I just love stringing materials. We have both the big board here and the small board, and both of them, each of them comes with a DVD and an ebook with very basic lessons, okay? But online, there are over 100 lessons. If you combine the Knotty lessons along with the JTB projects, there are like over 100 lessons. I mean, I think I've been doing this show for about 2 years now, so 52 times 2 minus 2, because I think I missed 2 shows. That's 102. So yeah, just on the JTB Extra. Of the ones I have like recordings of, I mean, I'm working on trying to find the other ones, but under Knotty lessons, there are tons. These tools are fantastic. They make great gifts. If someone gifted me one, I would love them. The big board, it's a rock solid tool. It comes in at over 2 pounds. So, you know, when you're working, it's not lightweight. It's like the real deal. And there are so many things that you can do. You could do like beautiful moose knots, snake knot, all kinds of, man, I teach all kinds of macrame, like all kinds of like variations of like macrame, multi-strand. Oh, this is cool. I'll show you. I made these. These are really cute. These are, okay, and the cool thing is about the multi-strands is that, see that? No end cap. So you don't need those crimp-on things. And the nice thing about that, it's faster, it's easier, and it's like rock solid. I mean, this thing isn't going anywhere. And you can use like any kind of stringy material. I use leather. This is actually yarn that I picked up at a yarn store. Look how cute that is. I mean, it's so bold and vibrant and just very lightweight and like very delicate. Let's see, let me get this on. Hang on. So there we go. Very cute. And then there's so many variations you can do on this. Oh, you're going to have to watch the video, because there are, I mean, you can make, this is like a variation of the tassels. Because if you think about it, think about this. If I were to cut this in the middle, just get some scissors and chop it, I would literally like have 2 tassels. And oh my God, those would make the cutest. I'm going to make earrings with this fabric or this yarn, because it's so vibrant and it's so soft and it's so cool. But you can use like any kind of stringing material. I mean, anything you want. Like this one is cotton cord. This is a snake knot. This one's leather. I mean, I've used shoelaces. I mean, I use everything. Silk. I mean, it's just crazy. But the cool thing is that the hardware is not like stuck on the board. You can reconfigure it, so you can remove it and reconfigure it, just like it. And once you get like you learn some of the techniques, I mean, you just like, you could do it so fast. You could look at any bead, and honestly, I must warn you, that is probably the real danger of owning one of these, is that every bead you see, you will come up with something to do with it. I've had so many customers that I've had beads for years and years and years, and I had no idea what to do with them until I got one of these tools, and it's completely changed my life. So if you don't have one, get one, because it's just a lot of fun, and it's amazing how fast, how easy, and how professional your work is going to look. And okay, let's see, we've already talked about those. Okay, so the next product. Okay, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the show that I didn't have a picture of, because these are, I'm going to tell you, they're very, very tiny. And I do have a disclaimer there that it is a macro shot. These have these little cubic zirconias, and as you can see, they are little flowers. And let me show you, in case you noticed my finger had a cute little ring on it. I made, ta-ta, this teeny weeny itty bitty macrame ring. Let me see that. You know, let me see if I can lock the focus. Uh-oh. Hang on, guys. Let me move this. I really want to show off my cute little ring. Hang on, let me lock this. Oh, there we go. Look at that. This is like, for me, honestly, this is a big deal because every time I wear a ring, the heavy part just goes down to the bottom, and it's always like I love rings, but I don't wear them unless it's like a band like this, where if it turns, it doesn't matter. But look how cute that is. And it's almost exactly like making a bracelet, except it's ring size. And then it's got the little macrame slide knot on the bottom with the two little, look how cute that is. And they're comfortable too. And you know, let me see. Is it not focusing? I don't know what's happened, but you guys get the idea. They're just like super, super cool. And yeah, so it's a cubic zirconia. Let me tell you how many you get. You get a set of 24. Some of them have 3 holes. Some of them have 2. I made my ring with the with 3 of the 3-hole beads. I just stacked them side by side. And let's see what we have next. Oh, the leather. You know, if you guys buy leather at all, don't even bother buying it anyplace else except Leather Cord USA, or buy Leather Cord USA, because I bought, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I thought I was getting a bargain, 200 strands for $20 in Tucson. And I kid you not, every single time I made a knot with it, it snapped. Leather Cord USA is extremely good quality leather. This is the 1.5 millimeter. You get the natural and the black, which I love, love, love the natural. It looks really great with large hole pearls. And I used, I mean, I haven't finished it, but I made this really quick and easy half hitch bracelet, which, you know, I gotta find a button, but you know, you just put your button on there. Look how cool it is. Really nice leather, and it looks fantastic on moose knots. Like I think let me see. This one's Leather Cord USA leather too, but this one, you know, all the leather that I use is Leather Cord USA. So just letting you know that it's very good quality, and if you need leather, then that is you want to get that one, and there are only 96 in stock. Let's see what's let's see what's low stock. Oh, the first item. Let's see what we have here. So if you want to get any of the products, you gotta get them while they're available, because there are a couple of things that I wish I'd gotten and they're gone. Or hope they get them back. Maybe they will. Anyway, that is everything on today's show. So if you see if something caught your eye, make sure and put it in your cart. Watch the show and check out before you leave. And if you're watching on Facebook, you need to go on to the JTV Extra link. And you can always find the link on my website. I update it every single week. So because some of you have said, oh, I cannot find the show. So just go to my website. It says JTV Extra on the top. You click on it and it'll take you directly to the show. Anyway, that is everything on today's show. Isn't the ring so adorable? You guys, if you can make just a basic macrame bracelet, it's the same thing, except it's just whoa. It's like kind of like having like a teeny weeny itty bitty like bracelet, but except it's for your finger. I'm gonna challenge you guys. make it without a lesson. Oh, and by the way, I'll give you like a little hint. I used a wax braided cord, which I'm using on today's show, and I used 3 strands only. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that because just too cute. Anyway, here are the beautiful bracelets and necklaces that you guys sent in. And really cool stuff. Just like, love it. All right, so let's see who we have first. Jeanette the Bronx. These beads are so pretty. When I saw them, I was like, oh, they're so painful to look at because they're so pretty. And there's another one further down that my sister just absolutely loves. So her and I were like picking our favorites. But this one, I really liked it. My sister really liked the other one, which I'll show you in just a couple of minutes. So thank you. And I see okay, it's got like the coil knots right in front with the group, and then the evenly spaced knots with overhand with moose knots on the ends. Very nice. And then next we have Laura Lee, Florida. This necklace was kind of like a challenge piece. She found a necklace at a consignment place or a thrift store or something, and she made her version of it. And I think it's really cool because it's got like the spiral macrame. It has regular macrame, snake knots, macrame slide knot, overhand knot. So this has got a little bit of everything, which I think is really cool because look at that. And then just the cord, and plus that, let me back up a bit. Let's go back. Look at the pendant, the rose. Oh, that's so cool. It's kind of like a rosary style. So it's got the wire wrap. Very nice. I really like what you did with this, Laura Lee. This just looks fantastic. It's got the little beads in there. Very cool. And let's see, next we have Sarah, North Carolina. Okay, Sarah says she does not remember making this. Neither do I. I think it's beautiful. I like the color choice, the gold, black, and light blue. Always look good together. And I was wondering, Sarah, is this a bracelet or a necklace? Because I remember those beads and I remember them being really, really big. So I'm going to guess that it is a necklace. Because I remember those beads, they were like gigantic. So I don't think this would be a very big bracelet. So I love what you did with these beads. Very, very nice. And then too bad I can't see the bottom side, because is that where the macrame strings go? Because you didn't macrame like in between individually, or did you put the cords through? Or well, let me see if I can spy where those strings went. I don't know. It's a mystery. Let's see, next we have Shelly, Ohio. Oh, Shelly says she was very glad that she mastered the braiding and the knotting, which she has a similar bracelet that she knotted using my very fast knotting technique. And I like the way I always love the bail work with beads like that. It's just so pretty. I mean, you can I just think I love it. And I also noticed that you the beads match on the sides. Like if there's a light colored one on the left, there's an equally light colored one on the right. So that's a nice touch. It's always extra work, I know, but that I think it makes a big difference. Oh, look at those beads are just so pretty. I like those blue. The next, Susanna, Louisville. Okay, this one is interesting because it's made with deer suede lace. And one thing I like is like, okay, you use the deer suede lace for like part of the necklace, and then you changed over to the faux leather for the end of the necklace, because you know, we all know that you cannot put a slide knot on like deer suede lace because it's rough, and plus it wears it out. I mean, I've seen some I did something like that once, and then it just wore it out very quickly. And I like the way you did the knotting with the little like tassel thing. Very, very pretty. And the little fluffer. I like those little fluffy ends. And Jeanette the Bronx. Okay, this is the one that my sister liked very much with the she said it reminds, because my sister likes tiger print. So, I mean, it must run in my family because my daughter really does too. So, they both of them really like this necklace a lot. It makes a nice layering piece. I'm thinking like, let's see, like one bead, like a necklace with one bead, and then this one, and then another one with a pointy thing on the bottom. I think that would look really good, or by itself. And then next we have Nana, Scotland, of course. Nana certainly's got a style going, because every time I see something, I'm like, that's a Nana style. So snake knot, where the button is, very nice. And then it's got the macrame beads on the outside with, I'm sure it's a, I don't have the little notes on this one, but I'm sure it's a handmade polymer clay focal. And one nice thing about this bracelet, it's got two button closures. So, you know, especially if you're selling your jewelry, it's nice to have like that variation so it fits like a wider range of wrists. And then next we have Sarah, North Carolina, inspired by Laura Lee. Yay. I've yet to make it, but I will one day. But this one, it's got the, oh my God, I don't even know how you did that. I'll have to, okay, so beads on the outside with beads in the middle. I don't know. I have to try it to do it, but it looks fantastic. I love it. I like the design. I like the color combination. Bravo. See, Laura Lee, you're an inspiration. And everyone comes up with their own variation. That's just what's so cool about, you know, jewelry design. I mean, you can get inspired by something, but it always has your little signature one way or another on it. And then Shelly, Ohio, this was the knotted one that she was telling me that she mastered, which if you have not mastered the fast, super way that I do the knotting, then you're missing out, because it is like, you can make jewelry just so fast. I mean, like malas and pearl necklaces and just like anything like this. And then one thing I was curious about, Shelly, is like, does it have like a clasp in the back, or does this one go over your head? Because usually if I make something that goes over my head, I'll start and finish like right in the front. So the first bead that I knot would be the one on the left, and then the last one would be the bottom one on the right. So it's just like all one continuous piece. And usually I make those like 34 inches, just so, you know, quick and easy, put it on and go. So very, very nice. And last, this is groovy. Nana, Scotland, macrame bracelet with handmade tiled beads, button and loop closure. This is so pretty. I mean, it just gave me like a sophisticated, like groovy, like hippie vibe. This is like, I love it. It's stunning. Oh, wow. This is one of those bracelets that you just want to look at, like every bead, because each bead has its own like cool, like I don't know, personality. I mean, even if I had a bracelet with just one of these beads, I would think that, you know, it was cool. But look at that. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, and look at the little cluster. That's such a good idea. You know, like, so that's so cool. That's so cute. I like that. So when it tapers off real nicely, you guys see that? The 3 little beads at the very end there. Beautiful. Anyway, guys, that is our customer show for the week. And if you have anything you want to send in, the Knotty-Do-It-All@gmail.com. Wasn't Hannah's bracelet just so groovy? You guys like sent in some like really fantastic things. Okay, so now we're gonna get to our lesson, and it's I think it's easy. I think you're gonna think it's easy too. So, you know, my notes are like so ugly. I mean, I see people that sketch things out and they even color them, but this pretty, I don't know what, I think that's a leadered needle. Okay, but it's actually very simple, because for the core, I used like three 25-inch strands. I'm going to go 30 just in case, I want to make it a little bit longer today, but just because if you have a larger size wrist, you might need more. So you cut out 3 of these. So I'm just going to go with like 30, 30, and 30. Because it's just basically the core cords and then the one that you do the knotting with, which is 80 inches. And so let's get 1, 2, and 3. And you will need a leadered needle. And I'll tell you why. Because this, I'll get to the explanation in just a second. Let me just get these guys cut. And let me get my leadered needle. And if you don't know what that is, it's fishing line with a needle, because it just helps get beads on really, really easily. So I am going to put this on. Is that right? Yeah. Because I did I do so many different like variations. Sometimes I get kind of like confused. I did something yesterday. It was really cool, and I was just like, oh, that would be just a cool way to like start or end something. Okay, so I've got the leader needle. Okay, I'm going to put this aside for a second. I tried, I mean, these are a large hole beads, and this technique works better with the large hole, because the thing about it is it's it's something that you want it to show. So if you do it on a real thin like cord, then it's not as prominent, because I did like just a couple of thin strands on these beads, but I didn't like it because I wanted it to be chunky. So basically what you do is try 2 strands of like your cord. If that doesn't work, try 3. So it ended up, I mean, technically speaking, with 6 strands, because you fold it in half and then you like you string your beads on. So let's get these on. So 1, 2, 3. I think that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see, and then this one ended up being, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna go with 8. And a couple of interesting things I'll tell you about in just a second. You know what? I'll do 4 because I'm gonna try to add a pendant thing. I think I found one around here, and maybe I lost it because I was just tinkering with it, but I don't know what I did with it. I lost it, but that's okay. So we're gonna get these straightened out on the ends. I don't know why they got so crooked. That's because I'm talking. So let's just get them lined up and then like kind of like redone. Okay. So the first thing you do is you take a large hole button, a button with 2 large holes, and we are going to feed just basically like half and half, and then go through. I don't know, for some reason I guess technically you get all strands, but for some reason I just feel like this looks a little more professional, or I don't know. Okay, so let's just get this going in this way. And the other 2, whoops, are going to go in the other way. So let me just get that locked in. All right. Ooh, we got a full house. We got Pat, Sarah, Michael, Gina. Guys, thank you so much. We have Susan. And, oh, look at you. Oh my God, this is like crazy. Joy. Sarah, Michael, Ella. I really appreciate you guys joining the show, because that means that the show will go on. Okay, let me kind of squish this. Okay. And the nice thing about did I do that right? Oh my goodness. Hang on. You know what? I'm not going to talk just for a second, just so I can like do this. Okay, just hang on a second. Okay. You guys see what I did there, right? Okay, I'll stop. I took 3 of the cords and I went through the button and then I curled it over and then I went back through. For some reason, I don't know why, I like doing it that way. Okay, so now what you do is, let's clip it right at 0, because right here, and I am, on some of the clips, my clips, I kind of bend this a little thing open, a little bit, so that way the jaw opens up more. Because see right here, the jaw kind of gets stuck. But if you like just really gently take a pair of pliers and just like slightly bend it, it just opens it up more. So I'm going to put my button in here and let's clip it. Let's do it. Okay, so we've got everything going on here. And okay, I'm just going to clip these just to kind of get them out of the way. And I'm going to take 80 inches of this cord, and that's what I'm going to use to do the macrame. Did I start at the beginning and go to the end? God, you know, I did this so many different ways. On this one, I'll just start at the beginning. Okay, 36, 72, and then 10 more. So it's about 80 inches. Okay, so then you find the middle. And one thing about, okay, it's just kind of like the regular macrame, which I'm going to start off with, which you'll see me like, oh, I know how to do that. It's just plain old like macrame. So I'm going to do a top knot. So there's top. And then a bottom. And then at this point, rarely do I ever put like any kind of glue or adhesive on wax cord. But because of the knot and the cord combination, this cord is slippery, which is ideal for this technique. And the other thing is the knot itself, it just needs extra, like stuff just to keep it like intact. So I'm just going to put some GS Hypo cement in there, and it really does help. It just gives it a little extra, like, all right, let's see if I can get the lid back on. Okay, I'm going to, oh my gosh, did I do it? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I did a top and a bottom. And then I'm going to do another top and bottom. Top. And I'm doing it as tight as I can. Bottom. Okay, now what you do is then this is so easy. You'd be like, girl. What you're going to do is you're going to macrame, but you're not going to use the center part. So you're just going to go like this. Top, just like normal. And then bottom. But see how I'm not going through the core? And this kind of looks like the snake knot, but it isn't. Uh-oh. That's the one thing that my only problem with this technique. Sometimes I mess up and I kind of like do the regular old macrame. Okay, and then I'm going to do a top. It's just like, you know how when I teach the macrame, I say it's top, top, and then go through the hole. So you're doing it, but without the cord. Does that make sense? So there's a top, and then I'm going to do another bottom. Tight. And now I'm going to, I always add the bead when I do the top part. Let me see if I zoomed in here. I want to make sure you guys could see clearly. Hang on a second, my camera is acting up. Okay, perfect. Let me lock that in right there. Okay, so what I'm going to come in now and do is I'm going to cut these off. Slide this down. And then I'm going to do a top. Let me tighten this. See that? But see, when you do the bottom, that's when it like locks it in. Top. And then bottom. Is this clear? I want to make sure that you guys understand what I'm doing. And I count the number of stitches. I think I'm going to do 6. Top, bottom, top, and bottom. Oh, this is where things got a little bit tricky for me. I made my first bracelet, and it ended up a little bit too long. But the thing is, I needed to keep the 8 beads because, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I needed to keep 8 because I wanted to put something in the middle. So what I ended up doing, if you think about it, if you put less stitches, I think I did 6 before, and then I ended up doing 4 in between to make it a little bit shorter, and it ended up working out perfectly. So if you got to kind of tweak it, but you want to keep the same number of beads, I mean, that's I think that's the solution to the problem is just making a couple of less. Let me. I did 1, 2. Yeah, on this one I did 6. So. And then I think on the next one, I ended up doing 4. See that? And the interesting thing, and let's say you want to use like less beads, just increase the number of like the knots in between. So that's that'll be cool. Let's see, you want to make something really like simple. I'm going to do 4 in between. So I'm going to slide this down, and then I'm just going to keep going like usual. So there's top. Ooh, and these I really like the color of this color combination. Top, bottom, then top and bottom. And you know what? If you mess up and you accidentally do like a regular like macrame, oh, just go back and like undo it, because I made something the other day. I don't know, is it around here? No, I have it over there. Let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2. What? Okay, bottom. And I accidentally made like a regular macrame, and I'm like, oh, did I mess that up? Yes. Okay. No. I'm backing up, because it's only gonna like come back and look even uglier. It's gonna look bad. And then when you look at your bracelet, it's gonna be the only thing you notice. Did I do like, okay, so I think that's it. Okay. So the let's see, so top and bottom. Okay, top, bottom, top, and bottom. And top and bottom. And then the bead. Boop. Isn't that nice? I mean, I'm not trying to like brag about this board, but you know, when you're making a bracelet and you just don't know, I mean, this is already right at 0. You know, you just know, okay, my wrist is like this. I got to put this in here. It's just like fantastic. I just love it, love it, love it. Let's see, then top and bottom. Isn't it? This is pretty easy, right? You know, and what I like about it is that it looks like the snake knot, except it's a lot easier. And plus, one thing about the snake knot, I mean, I don't get me wrong, I love it, but it is a little bit hard to make the snake knot with waxed cord. I mean, some people can do it, but I don't know. I just, when I work, okay, so there's the 4 here. Oh, what did I do with that? Let me see if I could find the cool. Oh, there it is. Oh, let me see if I could reach it. Oh. Okay. Ta-ta. I got it. Okay, so I'm going to do like a couple of extra. Let's see. And if you're like, ooh, what do I need? Okay, this is, you need to do a top. I like to do this maybe a 1 or 2 extra if I'm going to add the pendant. So what you need to do is like, let me back up here. I don't even know if it's going to fit. And I got this, I don't know, it's some vendor in Tucson years ago. Okay, let's just see. If it doesn't fit, I'll just take it off and keep going. So you put your pendanty thing on, and then these 2 cords have to go back through. Whoops. We're back through. So let's feed these. This one goes through here. And then this one goes through. Okay. Let me see. Ooh, fingers crossed that it fits. Ah, it does. Yay. Woohoo. All right. So now I could 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I could slide on the other 4 beads, and we are good to go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let me fix my leader needle. What happened? It kind of got stuck. Okay, there we go. And I mean, if you're making like a bunch of them and you say, you know, you already know, you just like string all your everything on because you know, if you're making like multiples. Okay, so let's do it. Oh my God, it looks so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here and top. And I've done this with, I mean, all kinds of, I've done it with leather. But okay, let's back up a bit. One thing that I learned, it's better to use an inexpensive but strong. I mean, I'm not saying cheap. Strong stringing material for the core. There's no point using leather for if you, let's say you're going to do the knotting with leather, there's really no point using leather on the inside since it's going to be covered up anyway. And plus, there are cords out there that are like they're more flexible because the first I made one I don't know a couple of years ago with leather as the core, and I did the knotting with leather, which was it was a lot of leather, but it was very, very stiff. So I made the same necklace with like wax jewelry cord. I've tried it with cotton cord, and the trick is it doesn't matter how many times you need, like how many strands you need to put in there. You can always remember it's like a variation of a multi-strand. You could make that and then string the beads on that. And what I have found is the thinner the cord, but the more like strands you have on the inside, it's like softer. That's probably why that that beading wire, the 49 strand, has got like, it's like they say it's more flexible. That's, I don't know what the science is behind. Oh, you know what? Did I do a regular macrame? No. But it definitely makes sense not to use like so much, like no, not leather for the core. And I encourage you to try like any let me see if there's anything that I don't recommend. Uh-oh, girl, whoa. Okay, top and bottom. I mean, I can do a whole entire like series on just you know, I can do an entire series on like everything that I teach. Let's see, is that right? Okay, and then this one. Okay, so top and bottom. And this looks really good with large hole pearls. Maybe the next time large hole pearls come through the through my rotation of products, I'll just do this again. I mean, yeah, same technique, but you know, different. Just a different. Did I do that right? Yeah, top and bottom. I think I did some. No, I did. Wait a minute. Back up. And one nice thing about the braided cord, it's just really easy to like take apart. Okay, so then here, and then do a top. And nope, 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 nope. See, I keep doing the regular macrame. So it's top, like that. And bottom. Top and bottom. And then top and bottom. All right, so now, okay, for the nitty gritty, there were a couple of ways that I finished these. Let's see. I think, I mean, on these, I didn't put a ring. I just on this one I did, because on this one it's got like rings on both sides, and I was going to put a macrame slide knot. But the thing is, the since they're such big beads and they have a lot of spacing, I just thought that having a macrame slide knot would just be like too much. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I thought this is a button thing. It's got to have a button. So I just took some faux leather, which let me grab some faux leather real quick. Uh-oh. Where did my faux leather go? Huh. Oh, well, here's some. Guys, I'm going to use blue because my black one is beyond my reach. I mean, I know it doesn't match, but do I have another? Let me see if I have a color here that matches better. I think it rolled away. Oh my goodness. Oh well, I'll just do blue. Why not? Like, does it match with anything? That's the good thing about this tool. I mean, just, you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, I love your color choices." You know, and honestly, I tried being technical, so I got one of these things and I got these beads, and I was like trying to like be like all fancy and say, "Oh, this is the coordinating color and this is the complementary," and I don't know. It didn't work for me. I'm not that kind of person. I cannot do that. Like, it's just beyond my comprehension how anybody like does it. I just throw it together and that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to fold it over. This part's important. Really important. Okay, so I'm going to, like, actually, I'm glad this cord is, like, blue so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm getting stuck. So you're gonna fold it, and you need to leave like probably like, I don't know, a eighth of an inch, a little more than an eighth, but less than a quarter. But we'll just use like, oops. See, so I did like my 4 like cluster, and then right about there, that looks about right. Let me see how that's about. Like I said, it's less than a fourth, but more than an eighth. God, I wish we did centimeters here in the United States, because it would make my life so much easier. Oh yeah, let's do. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to revert to centimeters here. Okay, so this is the 1 centimeter. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to clip this part right there because I don't want it to like come undone. So I'm going to take a clip. Okay, right there. I'm kind of working, you know what? I'm working awkward, guys, so you're going to have to forgive me if it seems like I don't know what I'm doing. I do. Okay, so I'm going to clip that right. Hang on. Oop, let me come back. Just enough, just so that you can put your cord. All right. So now, okay. Remember at the beginning, I said that when you finish this cord, you can't finish it with this like up and down macrame. You need to revert back to the old macrame. It's so important because I made a couple of these and I just went boom, boom, did my melt spots. And like 2 days later, they just poof, popped apart. And that's because this is more of a decorative, not like not something that's like a structural like type of thing. So then I'm going to come back with all these cords like folded over, and then I'm going to put some GS Hypo Cement. And so let me get this. Just going to put it right in there. Just kind of dab it. And then we'll put some more, like, but I want to get the get this anchored before I, ooh, this thing, I got glue on me. Oh no. Ooh, I don't want to smell like a factory. Hang on, guys, let me get the, so horrible. Oh no. Okay. Ugh. Okay, so I'm gonna do the top. Remember, regular macrame. So there's real tight top. I'm going to do a top and a bottom because a top and a bottom anchors it. Okay, so now you can take this out and then come back in and just generously like get the GS Hypo Cement. Oh, really in there. So you want it on the top and the bottom, like every which way you can get it. Okay. So let me try to get this back in again. I always try to clean that. I don't know. Okay. So top, bottom, really, really tight. So top and bottom. I'm kind of, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to like, oh, I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm trying to sniff this glue. I like the way it smells. I mean, I'm not like weird or anything, but I for some reason, I like the way a GS Hypo, I like the way it smells. Oh my God. Okay, let's see. What do we do here? Should we go on? Let's make it as tight as we can. That is always good. And let's go to the bottom. Look, when I say tight, you want to do this one as tight as possible. And then I'm going to come in with this guy here. And see, I'm holding this side because it keeps it like locked in while you make your macrame slide knot. And on the I mean, it says flammable on the container. So if it makes you feel safer, then do not melt the ends until the GS Hypo Cement has like dried. I mean, I'm a daredevil, so I don't know how much. Okay, so now we got to cut these little things off. So let me get my scissors and snip that off. And now I'm just going to put a regular overhand knot here. No fancy moose knots. And now I'm going to put my famous signature sliding button thingy. You guys know that one. Man, I kid you not. Back in the day, I saw like every possible like way that, you know, people would like finish the ends because, you know, you just, you know, you just got to try different things. And when I came up on this like idea, it's my favorite way to add a button because, like I've mentioned like lots of times, if you have a gigantic button, the beauty of this is that you can make it the smaller. Oh, what a dream. So this is the coil knot. Uh-oh. And then I know I've mentioned this, but when I make the coil knot, I like to squeeze it like this. See how it kind of just equalizes all the that's so you don't get like spots in the knot that some are tighter than the others. So that's like you just like equal distribution of the okay, so now I'm going to slide this to the end. Okay, guys, I'm going to speed it up because time is running out. Cut. Fluff as much as possible. And I like to use a lighter for this. And let's see. Do not tap it down. Sometimes that happens to me and I'm like, oh, yeah, because if you tap it down, it produces like sharp edges and then it scrapes on your cord, which you don't want that. And if you notice, I moved it to the end because I don't, the part, it might get like a little bit melted. It's going to get cut off anyway. Okay. Oh, see, it's still hot. Okay. And sometimes you'll need to take a pair of pliers and just see how the ends got nicked. But I'm going to cut them off in a second. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make what I call stopper knots. I'm going to put one here, and then I'm going to put my little accent beads. Let's scoot this one down a little more, and done. Uh-oh. I got it. Let's see. Oh, no. I don't want to run out of time. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to do one-on-one. Okay, there's one. I got to finish this. And then another one. And then you cut them and melt them and then tap it down. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I want to thank you guys for joining today's show. Oh my gosh, Sandra, you can do it. You can do it. Okay. I'm not going to melt them because I think I'm going to run out of time and I want to say goodbye. Boom, boom. And then you melt the ends and then you've got yourself a really awesome. Isn't that cool? It's done. And then it's got the cool slide knot and it looks fantastic and it's not going to fall apart. Isn't that like totally like awesome? Anyway, today's lesson. Isn't that cool? I hope you guys learned something. But I think the key takeaway is like use a thick cord, large hole beads, and finish the ends with a regular macrame, not the same technique, and use a GS hypocement. Anyway, my time is up. I will see you next Thursday. In the meantime, you guys have a fantastic and safe week, and I'll see you then. Bye.